What is up, my friends? Your weekend has officially started, and you are very welcome along to today's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. As always, I'm going to fly through the stories that I think will be of interest to you guys. Do feel free to let me know your thoughts on all the topics discussed in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and help us on our road to 300,000 subscribers. Right, I'm going to get straight into it because there's a lot to go through. And I'm going to start off with an update around a potential injury concern for Arne Slot tomorrow ahead of that game against Brentford. I'm not talking about Joe Gomez. I'm indeed talking about Diogo Jota. Now, he hasn't been confirmed as being out, but there is a little bit of doubt ahead of the game from his availability. So, Diogo Jota is a doubt for tomorrow's game against Brentford due to a niggle, said Lewis Steele. Liverpool will wait and see if he trains today. And if he does miss the team session, then he probably isn't going to be available for the game tomorrow. Now, we know that he didn't take part in team training yesterday. He was inside working on an individual fitness program. But the last thing that we need is Diogo to pick up another knock or niggle, particularly when it doesn't look like there's much incomings in this window from a forward sense, and we may well be losing Darwin Núñez. So we'll see what happens tomorrow on that one, but do keep an eye on it. If you don't see Diogo Jota in the matchday squad, you'll know why. Next up is the big breaking news, I guess, all throughout the Premier League, all throughout English football today, is that Erling Braut Haaland has become the first player in Premier League history to earn over £500,000 per week, having signed a new 9.5-year contract to keep him at Manchester City for pretty much the most part of his career, all of his career perhaps. And the reason I bring this up is not to have a cheap dig at Manchester City. For once, it's actually the opposite. I'm asking how our club once again can't get anything done. We've spent time talking about Amad Diallo's contract extension at United and how easily that was done. Well, nobody will convince me that Haaland's deal for Manchester City wasn't equally as, if not more complicated than any of the contract extensions for Mohamed Salah, for Virgil van Dijk, and for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And even though Manchester City are a club facing, well, you know, a load of charges and a load of headaches, not only have they been able to tie him down to a new deal, their manager down to a new deal, they've also gone out there into the market this month and done what any club that has ambition is, which is go out and strengthen, go out and start a rebuild. Doesn't matter if it's mid-season, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Manchester City need a defender, got one in. Manchester City need a midfielder, they're going to get one of them in as well. Manchester City are doing what Arsenal will do and what Villa have done and many other teams have done, which is the obvious. What they need to do, strengthen. So the reason I bring it up is because I'm just asking once again, why is it with our club, everything's a drama, is difficult, takes time, we have to be patient, but other clubs can go out there and get their business done, tie down their star players, and stop the likes of a Real Madrid coming in, lauding it over them. Stop Real Madrid going out there manipulating the media, trying to disrupt their team and players. And all this while they have the charges hanging over their head. So they've managed to get this done, knowing that they could face points deductions, they could be kicked out of European competition, and lots of other bits and pieces. So the excuses that we're hearing are just that. Excuses, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not good enough, and we should be doing a lot better. So again, it's time to stay vocal, be on social media, have your voice, lift it up, and don't let people belittle you or undermine you, because anybody who's defending the position that we find ourselves in right now, you can talk about the football side of it, and nobody's arguing there. We're top of the league, we're top of the Champions League, we're into the semi-final, second leg now, of course, of the League Cup, we're into the next round of the FA Cup, and we have a tie there that should see us go through that round. So everything on the pitch is good. But the owners are undermining all of that and all the possibilities this season by once again not doing their job and not making Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards do theirs. So whether you think it's Edwards and Hughes' fault or the owner's fault, we're still being let down as fans and we deserve better. And I'm going to keep ringing that bell. So next up, the officials for the game against Brentford tomorrow. Referee Andy Madley, VAR Paul Tierney. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens there. Andy Madley's refereed 2 Liverpool matches so far this season. We beat West Ham 5-1 and the 3-3 draw up at Newcastle was the other game that he had refereed. Now, again, we see other clubs out there actively looking to strengthen in the market. David Ornstein said today that Chelsea have made inquiries on Alejandro Garnacho of Manchester United and Jamie Gittins of Borussia Dortmund. Again, this is a club who've spent 1.2, 1.3 billion in the market in recent years, and a club that want to push on and get back to the top table, winning Premier League titles and winning European Cups. So we can slander their owners as much as we want, and there has been a lot to laugh about, but they're ambitious. We can't say the same for our owners, ladies and gentlemen. So this coming out from Transfer Sector and the Telegraph say The Premier League is standing firmly behind football's 3 p.m. blackout following claims that it's helping to fuel piracy. It absolutely is helping to fuel piracy, in my opinion. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Every time a game isn't on, people have to get creative. Now, there are workarounds like we use, but either way, I don't understand why they're standing over the 3 p.m. blackout. So, for me, I think it's short-sightedness in a time when it was originally brought in to help live attendances. I don't think they're really under pressure anymore, specifically at the top level. And the football pyramid, I guess, look, it's their policy, it's their brand, they can do what they like with it, but I just think this is the wrong call. Now, to finish up today, a little bit of news on Liverpool looking at a signing, and shock horror, it might potentially be a free signing. A new report today suggests that Liverpool are indeed interested in signing Joshua Kimmich on a free transfer in the summer. Initial talks, according to this report, have been held with the player already. Again, I don't know what to say anymore. Free transfer in the summer, people will still make a point to say, well, he's a good player, and he is a good player, and he's an experienced player. But again, our search far and wide in the world of football leads us to potentially a free transfer, and a free transfer who can play in multiple positions across the back, rather than going out there and finding the best in each individual position. That's where we find ourselves with these owners, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to start going about my day, but before I do, I just want to recap everything that we've seen so far in this window. Liverpool's still yet to strengthen the contracts of the players. Liverpool's still yet to make a signing to strengthen Arne Slot's squad. We need a midfielder, we need a defender, maybe 2 defenders. And people are still hoping for the best from them. Don't be proactive, get out there, speak up, have your say, because we don't want another season to potentially unravel because of the cheapness of these owners. And I know people may be fed up of me saying it, but I'm not going to stop saying it because I believe in what I'm saying. I believe that I'm right. I think my numbers speak for themselves as well. And every time we speak to people in this transfer window, they're frustrated. We're being given excuses. We're being promised the big window next window. Don't believe it. You've been there. You've heard it before. You've seen it before. It is just manipulation yet again. These owners have no interest in making us competitive. These owners just want us to hover around the Champions League places, the value of the asset to continue to grow, and don't care about trophies. And I will argue with any journalist over that till I'm blue in the face because they do not have the stomach for it. And it's up to us. We're the lone bastions left, ladies and gentlemen. We're the only people left to have a voice and speak up. And when I say we, I'm certainly not talking about Anfield Agenda. I'm talking about the fans. So it's time to get together, speak up. Let's stop undermining each other. This is a bit of a rallying cry, I guess. Fan content needs to stick together and call out this crap because nobody else seems to have the backbone to do it. So I'm relying on you guys to stand with us. I'll see you tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. That'll be the only bits of content coming out today as we're tapering down ahead of the game tomorrow against Brentford, which of course I'll be live for from 1:45 p.m. Hope you can join me for that. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you tonight, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.